Hi, everyone. I'm here with Brian Sanchez, who is a personal trainer at Parkway Athletic Club in Carson City. How's it going, Brian?
It's always good chilling with you, Steve.
I knew you were going to say something like that.
Hey, got to do it, right?
All right, so we're going to talk about injuries. Preventing injuries, especially as you age, is the best thing to do because it can
Correct.
take a long time to recover and come back. We're also going to really hit on how to come back, when to come back, what to do when you're coming back from an injury. So, if you guys are interested in interviews with personal trainers, doctors, nutritionists, subscribe to the channel while I drink some protein. Um, and if you're interested in our weight loss program, then use the link in the description or the QR code on the screen. So, Brian, you have a client that um, is coming back from an injury, and that's how this topic came up, right? So tell me about that situation.
Well, I have a client right now that I'm working with in this specific situation, and then I've had several clients in the past. And we're not talking about like an injury necessarily that happens from working out. We're talking about things that occur. You have to remember everybody's active. They're golfing, they're swimming, they're skiing, they're riding in cars, they get in car crashes. Or for some people, in instances, they need a hip replacement, they need a knee replacement. And I'm currently working with somebody who's going through that as well, or actually two people that are going through that as well. So it's important to understand, Steve, and to everybody that can hear us today, don't rush any of this. And especially if you're older. And the one thing before we get into the meat and potatoes is a lot of times if you get something surgically repaired, whether it's a blown out rotator or a bad knee or a bad hip or a lower back, as we get older, you got to really kind of take the idea or the theory of you get one shot at this when you get cut open. And when you get that one shot at this, you don't want to wreck yourself so that you have to go back under the knife. And things you have to consider when you're going back and you're getting ready and if, to help you not, let's say, get re-injured or re-aggravate something is just because you think you might be able to go get it done again doesn't mean you're a candidate for surgery again. So things like that have got to be weighed. An example would be if I blow out my knee, and the doctor says, okay, you're cleared to go to PT. Just because I'm cleared to go to physical therapy doesn't mean I should be in here leg pressing. And you need to share this information if you're using coaches. You need to share this information with your trainers. They need to understand whether or not you're medically cleared. You need to protect yourself, and they need to understand what kind of injury and or surgery and or medical issue that you had that's caused some form of limitation in your ability to perform athletically or just basic exercise. A lot of us are stubborn. That's why we're in the gym. We're into fitness. We want to train. We want to get better. We want to be healthy. And I think mentally, it's really, really hard when something breaks down on us. And we have to demonstrate, or we need to demonstrate the patience that we use to exercise and train to get more gains, understanding that it takes a long time to build the muscle up to bench press, whatever you want to bench press on your max center, or if you want to run 12 miles in a half marathon, it takes time to get to that level. We have to demonstrate that patience in our recovery. And this also plays hand in hand in some of the things that we've talked about in the past as just basic recovery for your body. And Steve, you kind of put it really in some good words one time when we were talking, something to the effect of your recovery should equal your output, if you will, in that sense. And I just don't think people respect recovery quite enough sometimes, Steve.
Yeah, if they don't, um, they're going backwards. If they're not recovering from their rehab or whatever they're doing, they're going backwards. And look, the big thing is try the best that you can to prevent injury, because especially as you get older, You get injured, you hurt your back, or you tear your bicep and you need to get it reattached, you're talking months, half a year to get back. And what's happening? How much lean tissue are you losing while you're rehabbing that where you can't do your regular workouts? So prevent injury at all costs, but also as you age, wear and tear has occurred. I played a lot of football, college football, 5 years of college football and high school football and even baseball and different sports and then recreational sports. It adds up. It takes a toll on your joints and things wear out. That's just what happens as you get older. Things wear out. So you want to keep everything strong as possible and try and prevent that injury. But coming back from injury, if you have an injury to your back, and even if you don't have back surgery, yeah, I mean, I've had a back injury where it took me 3 months to get back to where I could do the exercises and the things that I wanted to do. I still have a little numbness in the bottom of one of my feet because of that. And that was 3 years ago. But it took me 3 months before I could get back in the gym and start doing all the exercises that I wanted to do. But you have to do it strategically. And you had some suggestions, things that you need to do if you're coming back, listen to your doctor, all that stuff, right?
Yeah, and please, you've got to do this. I was just thinking at the top of my head of how many clients I'm currently working with that are working through some type of surgical repair, and it's actually 4 people right now that I'm working with. Each one of these people, we have a plan for them, and we've discussed this with each other. We understand where they're at with their doctors, where they're at with their physical training or their physical therapy, whether or not they've been cleared from physical therapy, and our approach to getting them healthy. And I ask enough questions. And the reason I don't share too much information is some of this is their business. But I ask a lot of information from them as a coach so that I know how to individualize that program for them so that we don't hurt or harm them. It's very important. You might feel like you're 100% because you can get up and take a shower and wash your hair and get done, dry yourself off, get yourself dressed, make yourself breakfast, get out that door. You might feel like you're 100%, things are better. Well, that doesn't mean that the deepest part of your repair or injury or wound is 100% healed. To me, it's something like if you just had a hernia surgery, you're not going to go out and try to deadlift 500 pounds. No, you probably won't even try to deadlift. But we have to think in this way, and you can't get disappointed. You have to understand there's enough things we can do physically to help you maintain your balance in your body. And the other thing that you can do is you can really take the opportunity in time when you're in that situation to address your nutritional system. What am I eating? How am I eating? Is what I'm eating helping me repair my cells? Is it not helping me repair my cells? Do I need recovery? The other side to that is if you're working really, really hard, and Steve kind of hinted at this, is the prevention of injury. Here's an example. I'm going to be involved in a friendly competition here in a week, and I've been putting a lot of work into this over the last month and a half, we'll say, give or take. Um, the, the 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 stress on my body, I'm starting to feel getting prepared for this. I can assure you that once we do the competition, I will not touch a weight for at a minimum 1 week, if not two. And I'm going to allow my body to recoup and rest from those stressors that I put upon it. You have to understand this is an important part of your total program in your health. It's not just about going in. And a lot of times people will think, well, if I stop doing this program, I'm going to lose all these gains. Guess what? If you rest your body, you get healthy, you're going to come back bigger, stronger, better. Period. Steve?
Yeah, I think that you make some good points there. But I just the having a strategy, being patient, you need to be patient, right?
Totally patient.
Yeah, because if you're not, you could set yourself back some more. And you talked a little bit about, before we turn this on, setting yourself back again is like the worst thing you can do.
Correct. You create more damage in something as important as a multifunctional joint, something you need to balance on every day, and you go and you destroy it again within, a matter of a year because the patience is lost. You might not recover from that fully. And you really want to take the idea when you get something repaired, this is my shot, and take your time, be patient, and don't overwork injuries, period.
Yeah, and most of you who are recovering from an injury, you have a physical therapist or somebody that you're working with. And hopefully, obviously, a physical therapist knows what they're doing when you're rehabbing an injury. So I guess I say this because it's maybe something that I would have done is go try to do more and recover faster instead of sticking with the plan, because maybe I wouldn't be quite as patient as I should be. So that's important. Be patient, listen to the experts. And you know what? It's better to take a little longer time to get healed up and ready to go again than to set yourself back, because that's going to take way longer.
Way longer, and you may not recover 100% if you do. Just be cautious.
All right. So if you guys are in the Carson City area, go down, say hi to Brian. He's a personal trainer there. You work early in the morning, right?
I do. If you're going to come see me, you want to get down here around 3 to 7 in the morning.
That's early.
It is.
All right. Well, as always, thanks for being with us, Brian.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you, Steve. Good talking to you.